Hey there, guys. Just wanted to record this quick video here because I saw Enlisted is coming to Steam, and it can be a lot uh, when you're dipping your toes in just looking at it, especially considering, like, you boot it up, this is what you see. There's just all this stuff. It boggles the mind. So I wanted to make a nice little introductory kind of video for, newcomers. One, so they can see if they like it, and not have to spend the time to really figure out what it is. Because, I mean, you kind of do. It takes a little investment. And then two, so y'all aren't so lost going in. um, because this game, you can really break it down into two ways. You can micromanage everything because it lets you do that, or you can just throw your hands up and say, screw all that, and I just want to play the game. And you can do that and still have fun. So, all these menus, all these things, you don't even really need, per se, in the matches, because the matches actually come down to mostly skill. Like, obviously, having better equipment means you can have better outcomes and you can have more capacity to do epic trolling. For example, if you've got AP mines to go put down on enemy rally points, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that right out the gate, so everyone knows, like, all the micromanaging and tinkering and whatnot and perks and everything, that's really almost optional. You can still have a really good time not even dealing with all that. That said, we're going to go into all that stuff first, and then I'll boot a match up real quick and kind of just talk my way through it just so we can, because that's another thing with this game. It almost feels like it's two separate games. There's one game that's progression and pimping out your guys, and then the other whole game is playing the game. So, um, yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and dive in. I figured the best way to approach it maybe is by going through each screen and just talking about everything on the screen. So, um, I guess we'll start up here. These are your campaigns. Right now, there's only these four. Um, and the maps that you can queue for are dependent on this number up here, what your BR is. So BR goes from 1 to 5. There's probably better breakdowns available online if you really want to know, like, how it works, but from what I can tell, it's based on, just your equipment in this first slot or whatever your actual vehicle is, and then also their equipment, right? And the way queuing works is, I believe right now, queuing is, oh yeah, also, all this information that I'm saying could be wrong or subject to change. I am no way a professional. I'm just somebody who kinda likes the game. I've played it for the equivalent of 17 days. So, I mean, you could say I like it a little bit. Um, so, yeah, I just wanted to share my 2 cents because I don't know. I feel like I can talk about this stuff, and I want people to have an easier time getting into it. It's like, the more the merrier. And I do remember when I first got into it, it was a little overwhelming, all the screens and stuff. Um, anyway, though, back to the BR. I believe the way it queues is 1 through 3 can queue together, 3 through 5 can queue together, and it's split like that. And then 3 can just go either way. So what I've configured my stuff at is at 3, because I just like 3. I think 3 is a nice place. You get to see all the maps in the game that way, or in the campaign. Whereas, say, if you switch to either 1 through 3 or 3 through 5, then you only see maps that correspond with that stuff. So, for example, if I were to grabbed this lovely PPSH 41. Now I'm BR5. So now you see my possible maps has decreased. It's so sad. Because I just got the PPSH before the merge of all the merge update and what was it? The introduction of this BR system, which, to be fair, the game sort of needed. It didn't have matchmaking at all before. Now this is kind of all the matchmaking it has. So bear that in mind too. I don't think there's any sort of matchmaking based on the actual skill of individuals. For example, like I'm over here on how do you see? Yeah, this the ranks, right? I'm kind of up there in rank. We'll see later when I join a match. It doesn't matter. I might be in a lobby full of high-ranking people. I might be the highest rank in the lobby. I don't know. It's random, or at least it appears that way. Uh, Again, I'm not 100% sure about anything. I just wanted to weigh in. Okay, so the way you're going to want to progress is here in this battle pass. Even without buying it, you can get stuff for free, like this currency that is silver. Silver is how you get everything now. It used to be a weird tier system. Now you just got only silver and gold. And then there are still orders, I think, for gold stuff. Yeah, you can see these. So they did keep those around. We'll go into that later. Anyway, Battle Pass includes some of those orders. I think you do have to buy it though. I'd say it's worth it because it pays for itself after you do it once. You have a long time to do it. Every season is like 80 days, 75 days. Sometimes they extend them. So, the way you actually progress in it, right, is not by doing like XP and stuff. You actually get these dailies and weeklies that pop up as the season goes on. They add new ones as the season goes on, so that's cool. But yeah, the way you actually progress the battle pass is by doing dailies. So that they all kind of incentivize you to play a different way. It's really cool. You can re-roll one a day, and then after you unlock 2, I think, or 3, you can re-roll another one. And with the battle pass, you can redeem up to 9 of these a day. So you get 3 sets of 3 tasks, I guess. And as you complete one, you get a new one. You don't have to complete the whole set. I just said set because it sounds nice. Anyway, without the elite battle pass, you can only do 3 per day, which is fine. I played this game for an entire year without spending a cent on it and having a blast. Progression could have been quicker, of course, but I honestly don't think it was bad at all for a free game. It literally was not bad. Like, there are games that cost money that are grindier. So, or more grindy. I don't know. But yeah, so doing 3 a day really ain't bad. Again, when the season is 70 or 80 days, you see the season really ends here at 75. So I mean, yeah, you can get it done. It'll be tough, sure. Getting the battle pass, it almost like does itself. Like if you're just playing the game 1 or 2 matches a day, you'll finish it. And you don't suck. Like you got to do the dailies during those 1 or 2 matches, but that's 6 every day, Speaking of, you might see it ends here, but actually when you get to the end, it slaps on another 12 or so things, and those just repeat over and over, including XP boosts. So you can pretty much print XP boosts too, just from the battle pass. So that's a neat thing. XP boosts are really convenient and nice because the XP actually goes to your research and your individual guys. They have little XP bars here. Sorry, I used the minimal client because I don't need high quality textures. I'm not the French monarchy. So I have it on the low stuff, and I guess that's just there to let me know in case I ever forgot. But underneath there, that's their little individual levels. So yeah, these fellas can have individual levels. You spend them on perks. As you level, you get more of these points, and each soldier has like a different range of points you can get. Let's say if we were about to get one, see, he can start with 4 to 6 of that, 4 to 6 of that, 4 to 6 of that. And what are those, you may ask? I'm glad you did. Let's check it out. So this is the mobility stat. The more you have just in general increases your sprint speed, it seems. So it's kind of like loot box eugenics. That's a terrible phrase, but that's modern gaming for you. You kind of want to get a guy who could be, a maximum of 6 on all these stats. I think that is theoretically possible. I don't know. But yeah, you basically just want the pimpinest dude you can. I don't I don't mess around with that. I just get who I get, and as long as they don't like really, really, very noticeably suck, I'll roll with them, and that serves me just fine. I can get all the perks I'd ever want. We're chill. Speaking of, so mobility. This guy's a driver, so his stuff is a little different from a regular soldier. See, he has some that are specific to driving, whereas a regular dude just has these. Most soldiers will have these. I actually need to sauce this guy up, so yeah, y'all get to see what I do usually. I love getting this one because you just get passive health regen like you're in COD. That goes hard. This also goes hard. This also goes hard. I'm actually getting way ahead of myself. So I like doing that because that also unlocks the second tier, which you get when you spend more shit. You feel me? So over here, I like to grab the med pack usage speed. If you get downed, you can bandage yourself and hop back up using a consumable item. That usually takes 8 seconds. With this, it takes 2. It is a very good thing to have. And then I like getting just run speed because I like getting where I'm going. I don't like wading through the battlefield in molasses. I like, moving. And then if I ever have any left over, I'll grab changing pose just because I feel like that's helpful because your guys will change their pose when they follow you into battle. And I feel like, I don't know, that just messes with people when they're trying to aim at you and they crouch really fast. This is obviously quite good, self-explanatory. All of these things honestly are pretty cool. The jumping it can be really neat. This game lets you climb pretty much any surface you can reach, which is awesome. So that's a neat thing. Hopefully I'll be able to show you all that when we queue. Alright, so the next category, vitality, increases your max stamina. Just having the number. And then yeah, same thing. This stuff, again, to each their own. If you want to make a different build, go for it. I just do this every time because I think that's the best. And then over here, stat just reduces recoil. I'm not sure if that's different per unit or if that's just what it always does. Because from what I recall, actually, in the past, this stat would actually influence a lot of different things. It wouldn't be just that, so I don't know. Anyway, I always grab the reload speed. It's only plus 12, but I mean, hey, I like being fast. And then for a regular unit, I'll grab this. It increases the chance that you get downed instead of dying, and also gives you more time to res, so you can crawl away and res if you need to. And that has a great synergy with this. So that's cool. This one is also very neat. I like having a pistol on me in case things get hairy, and you can just pop that thing out so fast. It's so nice. It's truly a great game. All right, so that's that. Battle Pass we went over. This over here, this is an advertisement. Don't click it. When you click it, Chrome will open and you'll be sad. This over here is pretty cool. Right now it's just custom game servers. That's a whole thing on its own. There's a lot of different stuff you can do in this game. Honestly, I can't believe it's not a bigger thing than it is because of the interesting stuff you can accomplish in it. It's honestly kind of neat. But yeah, there's always still something going on in there if you get bored of the main game. Though I'm not sure how progression works in them. So I don't know. I don't really check them out too often. But there's like gun game lobbies sometimes. Those are really cool. They're honestly great practice too. Um, Speaking of practice, we keep going down here. Here, this one's self-explanatory. But here, there is a practice shooting range where you can spawn as vehicles and units. It's always nice to do. Squads is the normal mode. Custom is just what I was just looking at. Also, sometimes there will be events that are popping up here. The events in this game are so generous for a free game. It's crazy. Like you'll get stuff that is like from the paid battle pass, like the gold orders and stuff. They just give them to you. And it's so nice. For real. Don't sleep on the events. They're really cool. Yeah. All right. So now let's move our cursor on over to... Geez, how do we tackle this? I guess we'll start on the far left. This column is your squads, right? So I've got premium because I am a nerd. And I really, like I said, I really like this game. So I bought premium, I bought the battle pass. Those are two different things, by the way. Premium makes you have 100% more XP just flat, which really is not that much. I'll put that out there. It's like, you don't need it. You don't need it. It's okay. This is nice. You get to have 2 more squads in the battle. This is, doesn't even matter. This, whatever. All this stuff, meh. This is what you want. This is why you want it. Faster progression in the squads. So I've got all these squads. I'm posted up. I guess now we'll talk about the types of units, because good golly, there's a flip ton of them. So, the deal with Enlisted, really the way the game is structured, is you have the squads, you kind of can pick and micromanage exactly what you take in. What you get comes from this research tree. A squad is going to be attached to any icon that has these little guys, right? So that's how you get squads. You do the tree. We'll get back to that. Anyway, though, so when you get the squads, then you pick and choose what you want. Don't mind these little trash cans too, because I'm an old head. I have like leftover squads from previous updates that are like now redundant. So if I wanted to, I could recycle them. But I'm lazy, so I just don't do that. I don't even need to. I have so much gosh dang money, it's ridiculous. So I'm balling, I'm chilling. Which again, by the way, most of this I didn't even need the battle pass. Like, you just get it just from playing, which is so nice. It's mostly from doing those events, honestly, which again you can get for free. Don't sleep on the events, I'm telling you. Anyway, in fact, I'll tell you how much I love the events. So this game also has like a daily login bonus, which you should do. It's really useful. Um, but so unless they're doing an event, I just log in and then I don't even play it for the day because when there's an event going, I'm playing it. And I finish the battle pass just as fast anyway. Like I'll finish it usually at least 20 days before the season ends. Again, just playing it at my leisure, not even intentionally grinding. And yeah, so at that point, I'm like, okay, I'll play something else since there's no event going on. Since I can finish the battle pass anyway with many days remaining. No need to be playing this every single day. So that's another nice thing. It's like a game you can spend money on and have a battle pass, but not feel like you have to play it every single day, except during events. There they get you. They get you by the balls. But you can still miss days in events though and get what you need, but not too many. They give you a little wiggle room. Anyway, let's get back to it. One moment. Some water ASMR. All right. So, your squads, let's just go through them, right? You got AT. Actually, I don't know. We don't need to go through them, I guess. They're all going to have different things going on up in the upgrades for the squad, right? So every squad has their own little batch of upgrades. I guess I'll talk about that now because that's related to the squads. This whole tab really is. So as you're playing, you level the squad, you get an upgrade point. There you go. You can spend it in any of these 3 trees at any time, but I would wholeheartedly recommend this first one and just get the XP first. Don't be silly. you know, then you level this faster every time. And it's cool. Sometimes I will stray from that philosophy and instead of getting the XP first, I'll go boop, boop, and then get an engineer so I can build rallies and ammo and get more levels faster that way instead of straight XP. But yeah, that's just my little pro tip of what I do. It feels like it's better. I don't know if it really is. I might just be stupid. Anyway, though, yeah, so as you're leveling your squads, you can get that stuff. Again, everyone's going to look a little different, even some for the same type, right? So if we go look over here, we're looking at 4 of the same type. They're all AT, but their trees could look different, right? Like maybe this one, instead of having a medic in another tree of the same type of squad, right? You following me? they can have like a different configuration of stuff. The stuff is huge, right? Because that lets you configure what's actually in the squad, right? And they make you choose. I would recommend all of them having at least one engineer. Then just play how you want on the others. Honestly, this game is about having fun. It's playing how you want to play. It's awesome. So, yeah. There was something I was just thinking. I was like, wait, I totally forgot to mention something, and I was like, crap, I can't forget this, and I forgot it. Dang. I feel like I was on such a good trajectory too so far. Shit for just winging it. But anyway, um, yeah, squads. You want to configure what you want, yada yada. Um, I'm not doing it right now. I'd honestly recommend always having an engineer because then you can build anti-air and stuff. Like for example, engineers are the only dudes who can build anti-air. Here's an example of what their tree looks like, right? So you level on them, boom, anti-air right there. This is an AT thing, you know. This is a fixed machine gun nest that only the better engineers can get. So there's some incentive to be grinding away for them. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Also, the good thing about this. Oh, okay. Let me go on another squad thing. All right, upgrades for this tree. These are your dude upgrades, right? They impact how many stars your dudes can get, right? Which impact their perks. Yeah, yeah. See how it's linking together? um, you wanna, what you wanna do, say if I unlocked this engineer squad right now, and it's fresh. What I wanna do is get all this how I want it, and then get these guys to 5 stars stat. And then then you can sprinkle 5-star engineers into your other squads. Like, see how this is a flamethrower squad, but this guy is an engineer 2 with 5 stars. Yeah, see, it's cool. Also, don't mind this having 10 stars. That's a bug. It's just happening right now. This game is in alpha, I think, or maybe it's beta. Who knows? It's not done. They're still adding tons of stuff. In fact, as y'all saw these little cars, this one actually, see this little icon? That means it's from an event. Again, a whole free squad. Didn't even have to unlock it. No grinding, no nothing. You just get it from playing. It's beautiful. It's the way games should be. But yeah, these little trucks, these are brand new. They just added those recently. So just to show they're just putting new stuff. Also, yeah, a nuance with them, I think I should mention them. They are like little mobile spawn points, so you can spawn in them, drive them, park them somewhere sneaky, and then you can be spawning dudes. It's cool. Like your team can use it as a spawn point. Um, Let me actually look at the squads and see if there's any real ones that have nuance. The motorbike, I guess, is cool. You can unlock that. I don't think Moscow has it for some reason. Paratroopers are kind of what they sound like, but they're balanced. Yeah, there's a radio calling in air support role. It's pretty cool. I guess I'll talk about that real quick. Everything else is really self-explanatory, but yeah, let's check the radio dude's tree because he's got some nuances. So radio dudes, you want to get this pretty quick. It basically makes it so your default cooldown of like a minute and 40 seconds for each airstrike goes down to like 30, or no, to 1 minute. So basically by the time your airstrike is over, it's 30 seconds. So you can be spamming, and that is lovely. A good spammer is an asset to the team. um, yeah. So so you can do that. There's smoke you can put down. There's bombers you can call in, which kinda if you're throwing those, if you're using those, you're throwing, in my humble opinion. Not because they're bad per se, but because the cooldown for artillery is huge. I was saying this one's basically 30 seconds. This one is like minutes. So your whole team has to wait minutes just for you to do that when you could spam this way more often. Feel me? Um, there's also mortar dudes. They're kind of a nuance. Um, but you can like deploy mortars on the ground and be spamming them. Also, when people mark in the battlefield, any player marks, you get to see where that is, and then you can dial your mortar in. It like tells you more specifically than normal. So that's cool. I don't feel like I really need to demonstrate that, but I just wanted to mention that's a thing you can do. So like if you don't prefer to be up in the trenches really going hard, you want to be back lobbing mortars, just hop in the research tree. The first one's right there. You can get that in one game probably. One or two. um Your mileage may vary with them. I don't find them particularly terribly fun. But I mean, to each their own. There are people that do. I definitely have seen people on Reddit that are enthusiastic, and they are a good counter to most things. Like, if there's a player who's like really good, skill wise, and he's just dunking on everybody, Just more to the point, bro. You're good. You'll get them. So that's actually something I do really like about this game as well. The way everything kind of counters other things, and there's multiple ways to counter things if you are prepared. Um, that's a lot to get into. I don't really have that stuff committed to memory, like where I could just talk about it. But if a scenario arises when I queue, like I'll be sure to point it out, I guess. um, but yeah, so back to this column. I know this is like mad disjointed. I hope that it's flowing well still. But yeah, so this column, um, shoot. Now I've lost my train of thought. I was just about to talk about the column more. Oh yeah, tanks, vehicles. You can have, I think, 2 vehicles, or maybe 3, I don't know, with premium. And then I think you can have 2 without it. I think. I'm not really sure. There's planes, which kick ass and are cool. And there's tanks. There are tanks. You know, they're cool. They're not bad. They're not my speed. Because as you probably noticed from the perk rundown, I like to be fast. Planes fast, right? They suit me. Tanks, not so much. Though there is one in Normandy. Oops. Well, it's not Normandy anymore. It's the USA. But yeah, there's one. Where is that? Where is it? Me tank. What the hell? Well, that's weird. I swear I bought one that was like a premium one. Not with money, but with one of the orders that you can receive these things. And it was called the laxative. I might be able to find it. Nope, it's not here anymore. So we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. We'll touch back on that later. But yeah, I definitely had the laxative. Where is it? Oh, I think it. Okay, I'm being stupid as shit. I think it's in this. Yeah, here it is. I'm pretty sure that's this thing. But yeah, you can do this. I don't know. I probably look like a crazy person now, but I swear when I unlocked this, it was called the laxative. Me and my friend grabbed it because we just thought it was funny. And this thing is quick. You can speed around with this. So don't think all vehicles are the same, that they're all slow. Whoa, whoa. That dude looked crazy. No. But yeah, they all have varying degrees of armor and whatnot as well. Pretty neat. Um, Again, though, not my speed. Let me put these gentlemen back. Alrighty. So, now we want to discuss, I guess, the rest of the tree. Every squad, right, is going to be tied, is going to have this third column that's tied to the equipment that the squad usually unlocks. But sometimes, sometimes it's other stuff. Sometimes it's like, for example, you see how this here doesn't have a squad with it? So that means probably this squad probably also does this. You feel me? So that's, see, like you see how this, okay, anyway. So yeah, that's how you do that. What I would always recommend is just saving up to 5 and just grabbing it when you can have this 20% off shit, because like why not? This stuff is perfectly functional when you don't upgrade it. Like you don't need to upgrade everything. but I just do it because it is nice to have stuff be a little better. Which is the next place we're going to. I guess I should talk about this UI. You know how I was saying here you can choose like what kind of squad you got, what kind of dudes can be in it. You can look here for an easy way to tell like if you're lacking somebody or if you're not taking full advantage of something. You see like here, I could have 2 medics if I wanted, but I don't. Yeah, so that's that. You know, you can configure your dudes in here. This is where you get dudes. You can get them right here. It's really easy. Or you can grab them from the shop. It's just like a redundancy. You can do whatever you prefer, right? It's a free country. um, but I figured I'd show both avenues, you know. I guess now we'll talk about, still in the upgrades, we saw this tree before. You know, it lets you get to level 5 for the stars, for the perks. It also has stuff tied to it, like the sidearm slot, or a backpack slot, or a secondary weapon. Each one has its own pros and cons. For example, snipers, well, this is a bad example. Snipers, I like to have the 2 arms, so I can have a Mosin, which has a very, 3.5 times zoom. Which, actually, I think this is cap. I'm pretty sure the Mosin scope is way faster. Way faster? Way more zoomier than the sniper SVT. I can almost guarantee that. In fact, I must prove a point. But anyway, yeah, it can vary. Like assaulters, the guys with the SMGs, I like to give extra backpack slot so I can give them extra ammo. Same for the machine gunners, you know? Extra backpack can be cool too because you can give your guys extra grenades. We'll get into that though. Alright, look, this is the Mosin. This is the SVT. They are not the same zoom. Oh! One little nuance here, but just to share. When you're sniping, right? You can tap, do this, pretty cool, right? And then also, when you pull the trigger, you can keep it held down and it'll postpone racking the bolt until you let go. Ah. Otherwise it does it right away. So you could just go boop and stay scoped so you can watch where your shot goes. The sniping is great. I think it's really good. The netcode always feels really nice. It feels glorious. But we can go into that later. So yeah, here's how this stuff actually looks. This is the backpack slot, right? Which I don't have for that guy. This guy though, see I've got a grenade pouch. You can have a tiny backpack, which lets you have an extra med kit, which is like the bandage mechanic when you get downed. Or you can use it anytime. You don't have to use it when you're downed. You can, if you just get wounded, you can just pop it right there if you want. Or you can get tools to repair your homies, right? So if you get an extra slot, you can have both tools and a med kit if you wanted to play like that. There's options. I like being a goober and having a grenade pouch because it's fun to have 2 AT things. Also, don't mind the fact that I have tons of explosion packs. It's just because the merge combined 3 separate like it was shown over here. You see how there's 3 campaigns? So that's how many I have left after 3 campaigns getting smooshed together. But anyway, yeah. Here's the types of grenades. There's also impact grenades in other campaigns. So different campaigns have different stuff going on. It's all very cool. See, really neat. White phosphorus, yeah, that has been nerfed into oblivion, I think. It's almost not even worth it to use it anymore. But yeah, the impact grenade is super fun. I really do enjoy that. You can also do martyrdom when you get downed, you just drop a grenade at your feet. And you can do it with these. You can just explode as soon as you get downed, which is pretty cool. You can do it with these too. Um, anyway, though, let's keep observing. Uh, oh yeah, my rifleman strat. That might be a nice little thing to mention. So somewhere in the tree, you unlock a rifle with a grenade attachment, which is pretty dang cool. And then later you get one that can even damage tanks, which is also pretty dang cool. So yeah, I like having those in the secondary slot for my regular guys. I just think that's a fun way to play. And then I just give them a semi-auto there. And then of course the pistols. I love using the pistols in this game. They're honestly fantastic. They feel great. It's so fun to use them. The flask makes you regen stamina faster. So you can pretty much sprint unlimited-ish. You can't bayonet charge unlimited, that'll still run out, but you get more sprint, right? Binoculars are, I mean, if you want them. The axe is also just a silly, goofy thing. I actually don't need to use it on this guy because he has a bayonet here. But I like giving axes to people like this who doesn't have a bayonet, so he can't do the bayonet charge. But if you give him an axe, you can charge with the axe. You can't charge with a shovel or a knife. However, a shovel, you can dig into the terrain and actually like shape it and put shit inside of holes and stuff. It's pretty cool. Dig little trenches. And then the knife is what you get for free. I think it's like a 2-hit melee kill. So I mean, it's not bad. The axe, I believe, is a 1-hit. There are also swords, but they're tied to events. So I've only ever gotten like one. I don't even know where mine are. I actually have no clue where they are. Whoops. I lost the guy that has them. I am not smart. I wonder where he went. Because I named him, so I wouldn't lose him, but I still ended up losing him. Anyway. Yeah. This is just how equipping your dude looks. Ooh. You can buy weapons that you don't have just right here, so that's convenient. Again, or you can go to the shop. And that's that. Here's your mine slot. AP mines are fun and silly. You can put them on rally points, as I mentioned, and people will spawn on them, and it will usually blow up all of them and the rally point, or sometimes the rally will survive. These are fun. They're like C4 and COD. You place them, and then you have to detonate it. AT mines are pretty self-explanatory. There is techniques you can use with them. You can place them under a tank that's not moving and shoot them, and it'll make them detonate, right? Which also makes them detonate before they're technically armed, pro strat. You can also put them with an AP mine, supposedly. I don't know if that still works, because I don't do it. I just know it's a thing you can do. You can put them together, and it'll make a big ass explosion, because the AT explosion is way bigger, so you can really troll large amounts of infantry. And then also, yeah, like you can kind of use it as a trap if you put it down and shoot it, right? So you can still trap infantry that way. So there's like options, even though it's just the AT mine, there's stuff you can do. It's like, it's really cool. I really like all the ways the systems interact and the different squads too, because that means you have games that are vastly different sometimes, right? You might have a game that's where people are really sweaty in a tank, or really sweaty with a flamethrower or something, And then other games might be totally different. Like you won't even see a flamethrower, or you won't even see planes. But then other, ooh, I just noticed that clipping going on. My. But yeah, it's nice and fresh mostly every single time, which is, again, I've played it for fucking 17 days, bruh. Just take my word for it. Anyway, so that's all the inventory stuff. I think I don't know if I specifically touched on it, but there's like small stuff and large stuff. It's pretty cool. You can save presets for individual units, and that kind of helps you speed things up. I would recommend doing it. Oh, hey, there's one of my swords. Sweet. Yeah, swords aren't anything really special. You can spam them, I think, a little faster than anything else, but it's not a huge leg up. And then the bayonet charge I don't think is any faster, so. Oh, this is a silly weapon. Just a Moscow or a USSR meta thing. This is BR3, so I would wholeheartedly recommend you grab it because you can also replenish the ammo for it at ammo boxes, whereas the grenade launcher, you can't. So this thing is just an incredible time. It's a handheld grenade launcher. It's not terribly powerful, but it's really good. The reload time it hurts, but it's cool. It's a novelty. So yeah, I think that's all. There's also stuff where you can, change your little men and their little look if you want to make them cute. You can do all that stuff too here. Yep, I think that's that. That's all of that, yeah. So the shop tab, this is just ads again. Stuff in this game is kind of egregiously priced, I think. Like, I don't know. This could be cool to get. I don't know. I never bought, like, again, my philosophy is I don't spend money on games unless I'm like really screwing with them. And I did really, like, I feel like this is one of the finest multiplayer games out at the moment. But anyway, so let's talk about the battle pass weapons in the shop and stuff. So these you get with the orders. You get the orders either by chance. You can get them every 30 days, I think, doing the login bonus. But if you with a chance, it's like a 1 in 6 or so chance. I do not get them that way often. I'll say that. Also, one moment. Let me drink some water. But yeah, I don't get them that way often. I usually get them from events, yeah. They're very generous in the events. I love them. They're sweeties. Um, you can use them in to get weapons, unique kind of weapons. I would recommend always doing that because I feel like these make this game so much more fun. Though, one huge downside from the BR system, this weapon, for example, you have to go to more info, but it tells you here that it's BR rating 5, right? So you could be a brand new player, be lucky and get gold very fast, through an event or something, and have all BR1 shit, and you could get that, maybe not expecting it to be BR5, and then suddenly you're in BR5 lobbies. I think that's how that would work. So that would be horrendous, I think. So don't do that. Just be careful about what BR your stuff is at, which is kind of a bummer because that means stuff that you could used to get before this system in Moscow, right? In the Moscow maps. Now you can't use them anymore in those maps because they're a different BR, which I guess is fine, but I don't know. I think it's a bummer. I kind of miss being able to do it, but it's not the end of the world. So I'll just go ahead and say, if you are a BR5 enjoyer, the lad is insane. It has 100 rounds, 150 rounds in the thingy. It's an SMG. You can give this to an assaulter. Anyway, but yeah, there's a lot of novelties. Some stuff even is not objectively good, right? Like, for example, this thing I don't really think is actually this thing's pretty good. Let me shut up. I'll respect it. But I don't know, like this. The well rod, what are you gonna do with that? Sometimes there are ones that are like really, they really are kind of ass. But I don't know. Right now they all seem pretty cool. This one's a pretty silly one. It's a pistol that's also a sword, and you can bayonet charge with it. Beautiful. Again, like game of the year. I can't believe people are sleeping on Enlisted. Anyway, where was I? Talking about the shop, yeah, and the battle pass stuff. So yeah, that's the weapons. You know, again, just get what looks fun. Even stuff that's not objectively good. Like I've gotten stuff like right here. This thing, objectively, it's not great. It's just a bolt. It's a single round that is in there, but its hit power is absurdly high, so I thought it was silly and I got it. And the muzzle velocity actually is pretty bad, so I don't, you know what? That's pretty bad. I thought the muzzle velocity was high. It feels like it's pretty high. It feels like it's damn quick. But anyway, yeah, it's just a novelty, so I use it, you know? It's cool. Objectively, an SVT-38 is better, but I spent a gold order on them. And that shows you how frequently you get them too, because I'm just sitting on these and I'm spending it on silly stuff, so it's just nothing's really tickling my pickle right now. You can also get units with troop orders, which is really cool, because you can grab dudes that you don't have yet, which is neat that it lets you do that. Or for example, nah, I mean that's it. It lets you grab guys. It's cool. Yeah. All right. And then there's also unique vehicles, which are just usually somewhat kind of reskins of existing things with slightly different stats or stuff going on. They're cool. Check them out. They're neat. You know, interesting stuff. It's worth checking and seeing if there's stuff that you want. I've grabbed a couple, but again, it's by far the one I use the least. See, I've just accumulated 8, and I'm just like, what do I do with them? I don't want anything. So that's that. Here you can you can be down bad and spend 14 gold for 200 silver, which is so silly. Like 200 silver is so little. Discarding a single perk that costs 4 things is 360. So I don't know, that's funny to me. But that's there. All right, and then the last thing, the research. So research is funky. Down here, they're just going to tease you with stuff that costs real money. But what you do is you pick one thing at a time, and then you get it, and then you have to purchase it, and then you get that. And then you get the squad, or you get the capability to buy the weapon. Alright? And you also get one free when you do it. Then, on top of that, when you're progressing, say if I'm trying to do this, and then this, and then this, it'll be like, not so fast, silly. You have to go do some of this in this big chunk. The tier 1 chunk. So you need to do 9 of them to get to tier 2. Then you need 7 of these to tier 3. So they kind of make you play by the rules and progress somewhat cohesively, unless you're going crazy and buying Battle Pass 5 stuff, or BR5 stuff from the Battle Pass. Ha. Anyway, so that's that. I think that's everything as far as the actual menus. Um, oh, there's a little nuance too with this. You see this accelerate research. Uh, so when you finish one and you have some left over, it goes to this big pool that is only for the one campaign, right? So you see over here, I got 59. Over here, I got 62. So if I want to take a little shortcut, I can spend some of that shit, or you can spend gold to do it. I don't know why you would do that, because progression is fine. Like you see the numbers here, 171,000 is a lot, but I mean, when you're starting out, maybe some of my Japan ones are back here. Yeah, 20,000, you could get that in one match. 46 would probably take 2 or 3 matches, you know, with premium also. So without premium, just multiply that by 2. Not even bad. At least to me. Anyway, so without further ado, let's queue. We'll hop in Moscow because that's my main squeeze. I love Moscow. You'll see we're also queuing for Berlin and Stalingrad, so we might get those too. And I almost hope we get Stalingrad because that's one of the cooler maps for showing off the parkour and stuff and what's possible there. You can really hit some weird Rainbow Six shit in this game. So yeah, the deal with the gameplay is it's like kind of tactical. Also, the game type here is invasion. To me, that's the best game type. What we're doing here is defending. They have 1,000 tickets, which are used up every time a squad spawns. And we have unlimited spawns. We're just trying to defend. All right. So you can jump out of windows like a pimp. They're going to be coming from that red arrow. So I'm going to bayonet charge as an engineer here. To get the heck back. Ooh, they're already blasting. See, that guy's a pimp. He's doing mortars. See, I was telling y'all. People do mortars. Oh. So yeah, right now I'm building a rally, right? My men are over there because I think I told them, nope, they're coming, right? So yeah. So they're posted up with me now. They're gonna just hover around me and at times jump in front of my shot and make me angry. But you can do stuff with them, right? You can switch to any of them at any time. You can tell them to all go to a certain place, which they have a radius of about 50 whatever units of measurement this game uses. I guess meters. If you go too far, you'll see it in a moment. See? And then they start coming automatically. It's a weird sentence. But at any range, you can look at the point and order them to go to the point. Then you can go fuck off into oblivion, and they'll be posted up defending. That can work. I just try it every time just because when you shoot down planes you get a lot of points, right? So points, I guess now's a good time to go into that. The way you actually get the XP is this over here, score. You know, you build a rally, you get spawns on the rally, which by the way, where's my rally? Did it get destroyed? Bruh. Okay, let's see how the points looking. Actually, let's use the grenade launcher. Move tube hours. Oh, he sniped me. But yeah, you get points just from doing stuff. You'll quickly discover the fastest and best ways to do it. But it's mostly destroying vehicles and fighting over points and capturing points. Which is why attacking on invasion actually gets you, I think, the most points per like amount of time that passes. really holding them back here. We got them really pushed back. These guys aren't very good. Sad for them. Oh, here's something I like doing with the flamethrowers, right? I give them smoke grenades. And then I just run in there with the flames. And bamboozle them. That one went fucking flying.
Soldier, return now.
Hee. Darn it, can't reach. So yeah, you just saw how I got hurt there. That's what happens when you go out of bounds and be a dickhead and try to set them on fire in their own area. I should have put that TNT down back there and tried to blow some up. But yeah, these guys are probably going to hold an L on this first point. Oh, maybe I'm speaking too soon? Oh, I don't have the 2-second revive on that guy. Not good. Hell yeah, bro. You can actually see the projectile. I think all the weapons in this game are projectile, so that's another thing. Also, this here, pro tip, I would recommend binding that to something like Z. Ooh. Just so you can see it all the time. That way you can see all your dailies on the right there, and just always kind of know what's going on. Really nice and easy. Oh, that's not looking good. Let's check a grenade. Oh, big yikes. Pistol time. Oh, he shanked me. Alright, so this is how respawning looks. You can always have a big, big spawn at each point, and that'll move as, as the game moves. We can have our rallies. Our lovely rallies. Oh yeah, also, talking about commanding dudes, you can hit K by default, and then command individual dudes to go do individual things. I don't ever do all that. I just tell them all to do one thing, and they do it. Usually that works pretty well. I'm missing a lot today, and I need to use the nose. I heard a loud sound, so I'm trying to make sure there's not a tank. Oh, he's popping out like that. Oh yeah, one really cool thing about this game too, that I think everyone should know. You can do like, I don't know what the term is, but like say if I just wanted to load a single round. Oh, that is a tank. Oh yeah, always mark tanks. Be a bro on your team. But yeah, if you press the reload and just want to do one round and then click, there you go. Now you can do that. So you can click to interrupt loading. It's really fun to do that with a magazine-fed shotgun. It's so fun. I literally... Oops. Oh! I was bayoneted. Jeez. It's gruesome. Oh shit! I could have saved him. Oh, I've been bayoneted! They decided they want to win. Alright. So here is the spawn truck. That always spawns you way out in oblivion. It used to have a horn so you could beep at your homies, but now I guess they thought that was annoying. I don't know. But yeah, you always drive faster on roads. Oh! A collision. Oh jeez. These things are also really sensitive, so don't park them anywhere you think a tank might pull up. Or that, grenades might reach. Also, if you get closer than 50, it will not let anyone spawn on it. But that works going past the point too, so you can like tuck it away maybe over here or over here if you're really insane. It's possible. Trying trying to think of any more things. Obviously these wheels are good. You want to bind them to something. You can do this now, apparently. Oh. Huh. I've never noticed this before. Interesting. Well, that's cool. I wonder how new that is. I've never noticed that. Incredible. Like, I'm gonna leave it on default anyway, but I mean, that's cool. Making them stand closer to you probably is never a good thing, I would argue. Wide formation is probably the smart thing. I'd also say it's a bro move to try to just use people's rallies all the time, because it just gives them free points. Might as well. Let's see how the points look. Yeah, so that little bar, you know, is going to be representing how many dudes are there. It can be sneaky though. Sometimes there can be a dude on the point and it doesn't look like it on the bar. And they'll be, you know, you always got to be wary. Also, all of my guys are dead. What the heck? Sounds like there's a tank. That's ours. Okay, he's a brave guy. Yeah, here's a thing. If you just tap ADS, well, thanks. I don't really want to do paratroopers. There's not really a reason. There's a grenade. What the hell? He blew himself up. Fascist comrade. Amazing. Let me get that sniper out. Oh goodness, he's getting torn up. See here, I'm gonna use my med kit. There we go. Damn. Dang, we're getting smoked. That was a bomb. A plane just came through and dropped a bomb. That's just cool. Alright, so here we're gonna do what we call a silly maneuver. Boop! And now that's gonna do very silly, humorous things. Unless it just blew up. That's kind of what it sounded like. Damn it. I wonder why that happened. Oh man, now I think there's another one over there. Oh, that's bad. So I just got hit by a bomb there. A pro strat, if you know, if there's a bomb nearby and you feel like you're fucked, just go prone. Sometimes you can persist. Oh shit. Whoops. Oh man. Did they break it already? Ooh. So what I'm doing right now is kind of being a dickhead, but I mean this is how you win. They need some better rallies. The way they would counter a player like me is by putting rallies elsewhere. So they can break past. Or using some tool to punk me. Because it could be done. Also, I'm going to do some more silly stuff. Let's put a thingy right here. And who's still alive? The axe charge. Oh. Whoa. Oh! Yeah. You can kind of play this game as fast-paced as you like. Like, you can be a lunatic running around. or you can play very tactically. It's up to you. I think you get the most points running around being a lunatic. Also, what is that? Somebody jump out of their plane? What the hell? Yeah, usually when you're in a plane, you get this little sight thing over another plane, and then this is how you can punk them. I think I'm gonna get him right here. Yep, there goes part of his tail, and he's done. Usually they don't make it that easy, but that guy I guess was feeling nice today. I'm gonna go in and probably crash. Oop, nope. Here we go. Got a double kill. So that's how you do planes. When you spawn, make sure you spam the shift key. It makes you go faster. You can also just jump out and then open your parachute and hopefully not turn into a pancake. Oh yeah, I live. And then you can fight on the ground if you've given your guy stuff. Yeah. Where are they? So yeah, now they're out of tickets, so there's a minute left, or until, oh my gosh, or until everyone's dead. Usually it's always a minute left, because there's some nerd in a vehicle way in the back. Oops. But I mean, yeah, that's pretty much Enlisted. Usually we're moving points, but I mean, that team was a little stinky. What can you do, I guess? I almost want to play another just to show more stuff, but I mean, it's really that. There's different game modes. There's Invasion, which was what we just played. Assault, which is like what we played, but say if they dared to capture a point of ours, and say if we had like 2 points at the same time. Oops, sorry, I'm booping my charger. But yeah, say we have 2 points for them to capture before they go to the next sector, because that's also a thing in some maps. Oh my god, my thing's going crazy. Oh gosh, my phone hasn't even been charging. Disaster. Anyway, what was I even saying? That just yoked my whole train of thought. Oh hey, I did my daily. Hell yeah. Anyway, shoot, yeah, that really got my whole train of thought. Dang. Yo, so in my defense, it is currently 2:30 a.m. I've been wanting to make this video for a really long time, so I was like, dang it, I need to just go ahead and make it before it's out already on Steam. Oh yeah, I was talking about the game modes. There we go. Okay, because that's kind of an important thing. I feel like it's kind of fucked up. I'm mentioning it like as the last thing, but but I guess I don't know. And I also just remembered I didn't really look at all this crap. I don't even know what this is. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about that last. So yeah, the game modes: Invasion, Assault, Conquest. Conquest sucks. I don't like it because you don't get a lot of points and it's very fast. And you can't choose what type of match you're playing. You're at the mercy of fate. So whenever you're queuing, you could have a random XP boost from your daily login bonus, and you could get a conquest match and only get 1,000 points in that stinking match, and your XP boost will be wasted. Whereas if you got an invasion match, you could get 5k easy, right? And then you're getting a lot more stuff. All your guys are leveling up more because they're getting used more with the XP boost on. You feel me? It's very good to take advantage of those. kind of goes without saying, but I mean, it really is like, you play one a day, you get your XP boost randomly. You play one little match, levels your guys, right? And then the grind don't feel so bad. But yeah, and I think there's some campaigns have other modes. Like Berlin has a mode where you're escorting a train, so anytime I could get that, which is kind of unfortunate because that mode also stinks. You can't really place rallies too well. So rallies are a big part of getting points, so that's screwed. um but yeah, I think that's everything. Um this just real quick, there's just little achievements. They give you free stuff to progress. It's pretty cool. Um you'll get these weeklies that are popping up over the course of the season. You can do replays online. That's actually a cool thing. It takes a little while for them to pop up, but online they have like a website browser thing, and you can find it in there, and then you take it and put it in here, and then you can just watch it. It's really cool. And it's basically like a theater mode from Halo. That's the closest thing I'd compare it to. Um, I don't know what the medals do. I think that's just event stuff. That's like, that's This stuff's the important stuff. Um, you can pimp out your name and let people know you're sweaty here. uh, and yeah, that's it. So, thanks for checking this out. If there are any further questions, please don't hesitate. I will be glad to help anybody get into this game that I can because I think it is a kick-ass game on the real. um, so yeah, always glad to have more folks. Also, if you want to like add me, I'm cool playing with viewers. So yeah, come on through. I think the more the merrier. Um, it's a fun game to be cohesive with the team with, which honestly kind of blows in a way because there's not a great communication system. There's no voice chat, and there's only like communication wheels or text chat for your own team. There's no all chat at all. So I feel like that is kind of a bummer, but I get why they do it. So, eh, that's just how it is. I still think it's a fun game. I literally how many days did it say I had played? 17 days? I don't know. Anyway, though, so that's the whole thing. Again, thanks a lot if you watched this far. That's actually so cool of you. And yeah, any further things, I'd be glad to help you out. So yeah, y'all take care and see you around.